Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Gorilla Blood Radio. My name is Daniel Correa, and as always, I am here with our advocating Jews, Scott NDX out of New York City. What's up, Scott?
I live.
You live.
Not for lack of trying, though.
Oh, jeez. And apparently your computer is dying because we've been having issues with connections.
Oh, but I'm gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah, well, it's how old is this computer now?
It's not even 3 years old.
Oh, what the hell? That's messed up. Where'd you buy it from?
I had to replace the hard drive twice. Twice in the first fucking year I owned it.
What brand is it?
Hewlett Packard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm sorry. That sucks.
I should have bought the computer that says, I'm a piece of shit. I'll actually work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of computers out there. Most people, you know what? I hate Mac. I really despise Apple. I have an iPod from like the late 90s that I bought, but yeah, or whenever the hell it came out, early 2000s. I don't really use it that much anymore. I really do not like Apple products. I've never been fond of it, and I know people that are Mac snobs. It drives me nuts.
I hate the fact that there's no right click.
Yes, it drives me nuts, too.
Because every time I try to use one, I fucking right click and nothing happens.
So, yeah, no, and you can, there's the control button or whatever, Apple button or whatever on the keyboard that you can use to do it. Oh, man, so... Yeah, well, if your day wasn't bad enough, it just got worse. Hello, Boobs.
Hang up!
The Boobs is joining us straight off of an interview coming up here this week for...
So, who's going to be moving to Canada next year? I know I will.
Oh, jeez. I'm guessing you're referring to what happened with our presidential race? Yeah. I'm none too happy either, but...
Dude, your choice is...
My choice is out of the race now.
No, your choice is either Hillary Clinton or Humpty Dumpty.
Hillary Clinton or Hillary Clinton with a penis.
I'm voting.
Okay, even I wouldn't disrespect Hillary Clinton that much. I hate her.
Okay, I already know who I'm voting for, and my candidate, I'm writing in my candidate this year.
Okay.
I am voting for the ghost of Abraham Lincoln.
Nice.
Because
he already was president. He can't run again.
No, he was assassinated. So, and it was isn't he grandfathered in because he was there before the law said he couldn't run for?
In theory, yes,
term.
that's how it is in California too. Because Governor Moonbeam ran and was two-term governor before the rule came in saying you can only have 2 terms. So he's on his second set of 2 terms.
So
his name
yeah,
is Moonbeam?
No, that's his hippie name. It's freaking God damn it! Why am I blanking on his freaking name? Oh, freaking hell. I live here, and I can't even remember his damn...
It's not Jerry Brown.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, Jerry Brown was a well-known governor. He's a piece of garbage politician. He really drove your state into the ground, a lot more so than Arnold did.
Yeah, I mean,
Arnold just kept jackhammering it down there.
Yeah, Arnold...
He's like, my arm! Give me back my arm!
Yeah, Arnold was basically... Okay, for those of you guys who don't know all the crap that happened in California, there was a recall election. Governor Gray Davis got recalled, and then they had a big old recall election, and it was a fucking circus. Arnold...
So what you don't understand, when a governor gets recalled, 4,000 people chase him down because he found out his real identity, and he had to save Mars.
Jeez. God. But, God, I love the Arnold reference within the Arnold reference. Oh, jeez, Louise.
Boobs, are you okay after that one?
Yeah, Hollywood couldn't do better.
That was pretty good. But so basically, it was a circus. Gray Davis got recalled. They had a recall election where there was like 50 candidates for governor, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gary Coleman, and a porn star. I kid you not. Look it up.
I'm sure people are disappointed the porn star didn't win.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty messed up. And basically on name recognition alone, Arnold Schwarzenegger won. And he's basically, he's part of the Kennedys anyway. He ran as a Republican, but he's a Kennedy Democrat. So it was okay, but he really didn't do much, bad or good, one way or the other.
Hey, stupid trivia question: where are the Shrivers from?
Originally, that sounds like it could be like Croatian or something.
No, the Shriver family are from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, I was thinking heritage-wise.
Arnold Classic in Columbus every year because he actually owns a home in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Yes, and a little Ohio trivia there.
I should have known better. You were asking that question, so I should have had to did something with Ohio.
Yeah. The Arnold Classic is held in Columbus, Ohio every year because that's where Arnold and Maria were at the time at the Shriver Mansion there in Columbus. Okay. Yeah, they're Ohioans. And, so by proxy, Arnold is an Ohioan of Austrian descent.
Yeah, okay.
That's better than being an Austrian of Ohioan descent.
But see, they have to go to California because they can't find all the robotics to repair him whenever his skin falls off.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man, here we go. More Arnold jokes.
Okay. Who here is not an Arnold Schwarzenegger fan?
That would be 0 hands raised right now.
Sure.
Exactly. And I'm sure combined we've seen most of his movies.
Conan the Barbarian, come on.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Yeah, through Conan, I actually have to put it on my Instagram. It kind of looks a bit like Arnold accidentally.
Nice.
Like, let me just put a gap tooth in here. Now it looks like Arnold.
I mean, and what better scene in a movie than Arnold laying there gasping for oxygen as his eyes are bugging out of his head on Mars? Come on, that was a great scene.
Oh, come on, the greatest line ever. Get to the chopper!
Yeah. Dude, you know what? I know I've probably talked to you guys in the past off air about this, or maybe even on air. There's a band based out of this area, but they're called Arnocorps, and they sing the songs of Austrian folklore that were bastardized by Hollywood. Basically, all of their songs are the names of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and tell the story of each of those movies.
Well,
they are fucking awesome to see live.
Yeah, but at some point they will run out of material.
Oh yeah, no, but they're amazing. They're like really honest.
You're going to start singing about his other movies like Maggie.
Oh well, seriously, they put out a few albums already. Seriously, like I've probably seen Conan like once in my lifetime.
Great movie.
But one of their songs is called "Crom Strong on His Mountain," and the whole idea of the song, they have legitimately the line from the movie: "Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, hear the lamentations of their women." So I know parts of the movie because of the lyrics of the songs, and they're freaking great, dude. And the freaking lead singer even has the Austrian accent too. It's hilarious.
Hey, on a side note, Scott, what's better, Arnold in Conan or the movie Krull? Not that he was in Krull, but the movie Krull itself.
I haven't seen Krull, the Conqueror, in so long.
That's a good movie, though. It's one of the best.
I know, but I haven't seen it in forever. Last time I saw Krull, I saw Zardoz. God, I don't even remember when I saw Zardoz. Seriously, it's been a while. I almost bought Flash Gordon today.
The original?
Yeah,
with Sam Jones?
1980s with Flash.
Yeah, that's Sam Jones.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I almost bought that today, but I think I'm going to wait till I find it on Blu-ray. That's just a movie that has to be on Blu-ray.
Is it sad that the only thing I know about Flash Gordon is from the movie Ted?
Hey, that was funny as hell, especially them trying to steal, who was it? They were trying to steal Tom Brady's jizz.
Oh, and number 2.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen either of them. Still don't plan on going out of my way to do so.
They're actually pretty good movies.
If they're on my free versions of Showtime and Turner Class TMC, then I'll watch it. If not, no.
I have to inform everybody. I remember I was talking about that PlayStation View thing with everybody. PlayStation streaming television service, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to get this 100 channel package they have, and then I started looking at it. I'm like, well, I don't need 8 channels of BET crap because I'm never going to watch it. So I went down to the 70 channel package, which is $35 a month, and for a mere $10.99 a month, I also get Showtime. So I now get Showtime. So I'm going to start keeping up on those series over there. Why, Showtime's no good?
Honestly, I've watched maybe 20 movies since finding out I've had it free. For like 50 months now.
Yeah, they show a lot of the same movies, like over and over.
The movies aren't that great. Granted, they've gotten to allow me to see some movies I've been wanting to watch through Horrors Online that we've discussed here, like Gravy. That was friggin' hilarious.
Did you ever
Gravy was actually a good one. But then Hellbenders was pretty lackluster. Frankenstein's Army was okay, but I fell asleep during the last half hour because I was really tired, so I need to catch up on that again. I'm trying to watch Cockneys vs. Zombies, but now I have to start it all over again because fuck you, cable box.
No, that's
He said cock.
Jeez. Did you ever
Cockneys.
Did you ever see the
think about that.
Wow.
Sounds like Nick Anthony on that Saturday night.
Jeez Louise. Did you ever see the movie Big Eyes? It's
Yeah. You know what the worst part was? That was on Showtime On Demand. At the time I went to finally watch it,
it was gone.
fuck you, wannabe Netflix.
Damn it. Yeah, no, it's honestly, I watched that not too long ago. It's actually pretty good. For those who don't know, it's a movie about an artist who basically, she's amazing. She draws like almost like doll-like children with big eyes. And then her husband is a failed artist, basically tries to like steal her artwork and has her like produce it for him, and he claims it as his own. Yeah, it's a pretty good story. It's based on real life. So I can't think of the artist's name off the top of my head, but it's pretty good. Based in San Francisco.
So did anyone
I wanted to see this. I really did. And even for a Tim Burton film.
Yeah, that's right. I think Tim Burton did direct that. Which is proof that he actually...
Every once in a while, he's still got to go on in him. Remember Big Fish?
Yeah, he can actually do movies without Johnny Depp.
And when he does, he actually makes a good one.
Yeah, so...
Big Fish is one of my favorite films from the last 10 years. Well, 15 years now, I guess.
You know, I don't often do this, but I need some help. And you two are the...
Wait, I was going to say, some?
Okay, well, you two are the perfect two to help me with this here. I'm stuck. I have a dilemma going on in my life right now. Why is there no slot in your silverware tray for sporks? And are sporks confused forks or transgender spoons?
I knew you were going that way with it as soon as you said spork.
I don't know about you, but I have a space for sports if I really need one.
Nice.
I don't
I got a place for knives, and I'm not talking about your back boobs, so don't worry.
I've actually seen a butcher block that looks like a voodoo doll, and you actually stick the knives in the voodoo doll butcher block.
Oh, good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty cool. So
I can have that because I have like 92 of them.
oh jeez.
So if you take out the right knife, at midnight, does the boogeyman show up?
Yeah, I don't know.
The boogeyman.
Coming to get you. That's funny.
I'm the boogeyman, and I eat worms.
Oh gosh. Well, since we're talking about
boogeyman, I hit my head with a clock.
yeah.
Hey, you got to admit, back in the day when you were younger, that was kind of a scary thing.
Dude, yeah. Well, I mean,
no, because I was already in my 20s when that fucker came out.
Yeah, that would have been as a kid. If I was 10 years old when that guy came out.
If Papa Shango couldn't scare me, the boogeyman would make me laugh.
Oh, see, I was one of those kids who, growing up, like, I was absolutely terrified of the Undertaker.
Oh God!
Like, you know who really scared me? Bastion Booger. Okay, seeing that thing walk around, now that was fucking frightening. Okay, because when I thought of Butterball Turkey, I always thought like the thing was round, like it was a fucking ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Bastion Booger, I'm like, oh my God, it's a Butterball Turkey and it wrestles.
It's the gobbledygook.
Oh God! It's cannibalizing its own brethren! Stop eating the bird! He was your cousin, for fuck's sake!
Oh, the infamous Thanksgiving episode where he came out of the ring eating a big
turkey leg.
Yeah, but that never stopped the Wild Samoans.
That's true.
Well, think about this. Remember the Moondogs?
They're doing a fucking promo for Survivor Series. Probably, I think, 1990. And backstage, they're talking to the head shrinkers who are being managed by Sika. The Wild Samoans are all just sitting there eating out of a fucking turkey carcass. I think Bastion Booger was there too.
They're probably fighting with them.
He probably ate most of the turkey and the bones.
God, now I gotta find.
Like Bastion Booger's one of those characters that you would have thought like would have stuck the whole turkey leg in his mouth and then just pulled, and then everything came right off the freaking.
Because that fucking gold left.
Yeah, like on a cartoon.
Well,
Oh God! There's Bam Bam Bigelow, head shrinkers, and Bastion Booger.
And you know what? When you think about it, his ass made him famous long before Rikishi's made him famous. Because didn't he used to finish his matches by just
sitting on somebody? Probably.
No, he didn't sit on him. He just plopped his ass down on it. Anytime somebody plops that much ass on you, you are not getting back up.
That's bad. Oh man. So
poor bastard. Bigelow took so much shit.
Bigelow was so good though, man. Like his first appearance was that tag what was the tag match with that wasn't that the first Survivor Series or something like that, or I know it was an elimination style tag, and he was like he didn't even get eliminated first. He was like his first time ever on WWF television, and he got like eliminated third from his team. He was on Hogan's team.
Oh, speaking of Survivor Series and elimination,
was the shit.
Have you guys seen the rumor on the internet about the match that may be being at the Survivor Series this year?
Oh, the Shield returning kind of thing with the Usos and then the Bullet Club guys.
No.
Huh? No, I saw that.
There's a heavy rumor going around now that at Survivor Series they are going to be resurrecting the match.
Oh, the War Games.
And if that is the case,
yeah, but how many times has that shit been rumored?
Very true. If they ever do, I will.
Do me a favor. Don't get your hopes up, because I don't want you to be crushed like most of us will if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So let's realize that it's not even November yet.
Yeah, it's not even summer yet.
It's not even June.
So
let's not get our hopes up and get hyped for, oh my God, War Games is coming back! War Games is coming back! War Games is not fucking happening, you bastards!
That's all we want is one more time.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, what the hell is the point of Hell in a Cell if you can't do War Games?
Yeah.
Well,
Hell in a Cell is the perfect location for a modernized War Game. You don't need two rings.
Yeah.
You just need a place where no one can get the fuck out of.
Yeah, it's an
just put another door on the other side. That's all you gotta do. Put another door on the other side and have the other guys stand on the other side.
And you know what else you could do to make it even more exciting? Judy Bagwell on a forklift. That would make it better.
I still want my New Jack on a pole match in TNA.
Oh god.
I want my MTV.
Most of the time, do you realize, like, when you guys talk, my reaction is just, oh my god. I'm just sitting here just going, what the hell are we talking? Bringing back Judy Bagwell on a forklift.
Sunday night. The toughest son of a bitch in all of pro wrestling right now. Enzo Amore, man. That move, that knockout that blow he suffered, that was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, did he kill himself?
I was hoping he didn't snap his neck, but it kind of, the way it looked like his arm kind of got up there too, so I think maybe that helped not have it be so much whiplash.
Honestly, he's lucky that he didn't hurt himself even more, because just the whiplash alone from him hitting himself nearly on the ring apron like he did.
Yeah.
Okay, because his head hit the rope, and his head just snapped back right into the fucking apron, and then he was out.
Yeah, well, on shit.
Back when he was out, not when he hit the rope.
Yeah.
When his head had bounced off, when the back of his skull bounced off that fucking
apron,
back, and all you saw was him go limp and dead.
Yeah.
So was everybody else
Let me
like?
tell you something. It was interesting. I'm texting Tomas and Valdo. I'm like, dude, the New Day look like us when we're watching a pay-per-view. It's hilarious. That's exactly what we do. We just sit there and eat food.
Well, and then afterwards,
Sit there, eat pizza, and drink soda and beer and watch the pay-per-view.
well, and as soon as that
And all of a
happened,
sudden, that's exactly what we look like when someone gets injured.
yeah, that's scary. Yeah,
It was like, shit goes bad when everything stops and three guys that are supposed to be fun-loving assholes are just staring at the guy like, is he dead? Is he dead? Oh shit, I think he's dead. Is he dead? Guys, is he dead? I think he's dead.
Yeah. Well, and it was scary because there were people afterwards on Twitter still calling for them to restart the match and just have Cass go in there and fight 1-on-2.
No.
And I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you guys? Like, just go to the next match because, in theory, you don't know how hurt he was.
Yeah.
No, WWE did the right thing.
Yeah.
They did absolutely the right thing.
Well,
we're going to move on from this situation and hope he's not dead.
yeah, and then on top of that, afterwards, there were a lot of people getting really pissed off at Simon Gotch for injuring Enzo, and it's like Bully Ray even stepped up and said, "Hey, dude, shit happens once in a while. He didn't try to hurt him on purpose. Get over yourself."
I don't think he did anything wrong. Enzo just overslid it.
Well, I think what Gotch...
Enzo looked like Enzo was supposed to go underneath the rope.
Well, I think Gotch thought maybe he was going to throw him through the middle rope and the bottom rope, and Enzo turned and slid instead of going head first.
Honestly, it doesn't matter what really happened or how. It was the fact that we saw in front of our eyes a situation which could have been really, really bad.
Yes.
And let's be thankful that, as we've said many times about Enzo Amore, he's a tough son of a bitch. You got to give that man credit for being tough as hell.
You know that the first day he comes back on TV and says, "You know what? If I had a dime for every time I didn't get back up, you know what I'd have? 0 dimes."
Either that or comes back and they start a huge feud with the Vaudevillains about him. You tried to
kill me. Yeah.
That's perfect built-in storyline. But it gave us something.
Go ahead, Scott.
Let me just say, the way they booked it on Monday was great.
Yeah, they bring in the Dudleys back in to kind of carry the water just in case Enzo was going to be out for a little while, and putting them with the Vaudevillains, and especially Bully yelling shit at them while the Vaudevillains were in the ring doing moves.
Did you just call him Bully?
Yes, I did.
That's exactly what he was.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just yelling shit out, and he goes, "Yeah, make sure you crank that back a little bit further." Doing that stuff. And so there, you hold him down, and you hit him with a crossface, and then you grab him, pick him up again, and you hit him with another crossface. Dude, it was great.
You grab him up, pick him up again, and you hit him with another crossface.
Yeah, it was great, dude. Like, you heard him yelling and talking the whole match. It was awesome.
That's everything that's missing from a lot of guys. That's why I like Corbin right now.
Yeah.
Because he's jaw-jacking with the fans.
Now,
he's actually telling them, "Sit down, shut up, you're an idiot."
This also opens an opportunity up for Big Cass to start showing.
They really can't do too many singles with him because he's not a great singles wrestler.
I think what Boobs is getting at is talking.
Yeah. He gets to come out and show, because we know from NXT that he can actually, he's pretty good on the mic. He's got a good promo.
Yeah, we did play the clip of him singing against Aiden English.
So we know that he can talk. So now
he's okay. He can talk, but he's not great.
Hey, he's better than Roman Reigns on the mic.
But when you got Enzo standing next to you half the time.
Yeah, well, compared to Enzo, look, Enzo Amore will probably go down in pro wrestling history as one of the greatest jaw jackers in the business, because he's not got the size, he doesn't have the greatest skills in the ring, but he's tough as hell, and he can do.
And that's the fun part about Enzo is down the line, he could be this is going to sound ludicrous right now coming out of my mouth, but he can end up being a Bobby Heenan type person, where he goes from in-ring, he's an average to good wrestler, but because of his talking skills, his mic skills, he can go on and actually be a jaw-jacker manager for a tag team.
Jaw-jacker, Skywalker.
Yeah, all them nicknames he's got.
Bad talker.
Yeah, smack talker, Skywalker. Yeah, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah. But yeah, you can put him with two guys. I mean, really, seriously. I mean, if you
I like the vaudevillain too.
Well, it just say. I mean, I'm just throwing a tag team out.
Yeah, I like their old school. Well, Hated English is great. Simon got
all right, Scott. You and I used to do NXT taken over together. You know that I am a huge. I love the vaudevillains. I will, but they aren't. Well, let's put it this way: they're not as good on the mic as Enzo and Cass are.
Well, most people aren't.
Well, Enzo is better than most people coming out of NXT in general.
And Enzo and Cass, as much even when they screw up, they're still entertaining.
Yeah, I'd like the other one the other day. Is like, you know what? I would love to walk down a beach and run into my own arms, but it ain't gonna happen. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, but when you think about it, it made sense.
Kind of, but I was like, where did it come from?
But that was great because it left the whole crowd going. Even Cass is looking at him like, what?
I love when Cass does that.
What?
It's like, so, what are you doing? Huh? And like Enzo's like, wait, that makes sense. He's like, yeah, good.
Yeah, that's dude. It's seriously that whole situation. Enzo and Cass. You know, that reminds me of the little Scrappy Dog and the Big Bulldog from the Warner Brothers cartoons.
Two Stupid Dogs?
No. Two Stupid Dogs is more the modern Hanna-Barbera stuff. But no, there was a little, like, it was like not like a Scotty dog, a little terrier dog with the big pit bull, and it was like, hey, come on, Chester, let's go, Chester. And the other thing, and the little dog kept talking.
Always get his ass kicked
when the big dog
Sylvester becomes some sort of monster, and then Sylvester returns to being a little guy, and the little guy kicks his ass.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was one of those things where the little dog was always talking shit, and then he knew he had the big guy to back him, so nobody was going to get his hands on him.
And the big guy's name was Butch. Hey, Butch.
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
Hey, Butch. Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
Speaking of Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bobby Heenan.
Yes.
Heard Bobby's in the hospital.
Oh, he's in the hospital again?
He took a fall.
Oh, poor guy.
And they're keeping him in the hospital for observation. I have a strong feeling in my gut that Bobby's the next one.
Man, that would suck.
This is not going to be a good year. It's already a bad
one. Yeah, freaking slow down, Death, for the love of God. Look, they're Kardashians you can kill.
God is just trying to assemble the greatest wrestling promotion in the universe, period.
He's already got a really good one. He doesn't need any more. Let us have them still.
Yeah, but he doesn't have anyone that can work the mic like Bobby can. Think about that. No one. Well, Paul Heyman, as great as Paul Heyman is.
He's got Gorilla Monsoon and Lord Alfred Hayes. They can at least have fun together.
Yeah.
Can you imagine those three being the voices of Raw?
Oh my God! Yeah, dude, that would be. I mean, in all honesty, if we could have just Bobby and Gorilla, again, just to call Raw on the regular, that would be freaking great.
Only.
Yeah.
Only if I get Tony Schiavone for SmackDown.
Yeah,
you think I'm joking.
No, but again, this is the greatest night in professional wrestling history, and we're like,
every Thursday to be the greatest night in professional wrestling history.
And that's the fun.
I want it to be a tag team match, damn it!
I have a question. Would you guys be adverse to a WWE's network special called Old School? And everyone on the card were legends. They just put legends together in matches. Maybe Flair Steamboat one more time.
Oh God!
Because most of the wrestling would be horrible, and then we'd all be sad because someone would probably break a finger or a hip.
Yeah, I can see that.
We'd have a lot of hip injuries, a lot of blown out hits.
See, the only way I think that
my hip.
The only way I think that it would be fun to do, even then, it would almost be like almost sacrilegious if you did like an old school thing where you had like current tag teams pulling the gimmicks of like other like legendary tag teams or something like that.
if you want to do something old school, let's go for an old school look. And I'm not talking about like the old school Raws. I mean, let's do a fucking Clash of the Champions.
Nice.
Strip down, nothing special.
Exactly. It's just a ring. Okay? It's an entranceway. It's some music. None of the new music they use either. They have to go use old school style music. No lyrics, just simple things. You know, they just come down and they have matches. No circumstance, just pro wrestling.
I would
have Kalisto come out to I am a real
Oh gosh. No, I mean look, even what I was thinking was
more American than I am probably.
Yeah, but no, what I was thinking is doing like having the do the different gimmicks and having I know this is going to sound really horrible, but they did induct them into the Hall of Fame, but have the New Day come out to the ring dressed like the Freebirds and have them face off in a tag team match against the Ascension dressed up as the Legion of Doom.
Oh, and then then you have Xavier Woods coming out playing.
The Twitterverse would explode. Every guy with an issue would have a brain aneurysm.
That's why I want to see it, because it's gonna. I mean, it's one of those things. They're publicity-wise, any publicity is good publicity, right? I mean, it's that would cause.
I know controversy creates cash, but in this case, it's going to create corpses.
Could you see Xavier Woods playing Bad Street USA
on the
Francesca too? That would be fun.
I'm just trying to think of Big E as friggin' Terry Gordy.
Oh, could you see Big E? Could you see him out there singing?
Him flipping the big hair.
Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. You know what? They could probably do Bad Street better than Michael Hayes did at the Hall of Fame ceremony. I'm just saying.
Oh, gosh.
He wasn't flowing over.
Those guys look like they were very, very winded.
Oh, I love that one line that when he first took the podium, the Freebirds need oxygen right now. It's like, oh, God, yes. Jimmy.
He realizes how fucking old he is since he's still alive.
How freaking odd was it to see Jimmy Jam Garvin with no hair?
It was weird, man. It was weird to see Eddie Garvin with no hair. Because I remember Rugged Ronnie Garvin, and he always had this weird military cut, but it was this blondest fucking hair and this brownest fucking body. And then he wore yellow tights.
And he talked like Pat Patterson. That was the worst part.
Look, Rugged Ronnie Garvin, still the best he ever did was when he played the three. Dino Bravo match.
Oh, God. See,
that's a name I haven't thought in a while.
Win the match.
Dino Bravo, man. I haven't thought of that name in a while.
Hey, he was great.
I just talk about this old school shit. You always bring up certain guys, and it's just like, we're talking about Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Yeah, dude, you know what's funny?
The guy who's only remembered by most people because Randy Orton does the slowest Garvin stop in the history of pro wrestling.
Dude, you know what's funny? Somebody brought up on one of the wrestling groups I'm in on Facebook, somebody brought up, who is the most underrated wrestler of all time? And people kind of got on the guy because he said Kane, and I'm like, yeah, Kane is like the most overrated wrestler in some circumstances. But the name that I put in, and I hadn't thought about it in a while, and that was the first name that came to my mind as underrated wrestler. And I know he's been a tag team champion. IRS.
Oh, who made a cameo a couple weeks ago? Telling people to do their taxes on the 18th.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think he's one of the more underrated wrestlers of all time.
You know what? Mike Rotundo couldn't talk.
When he was with Ted DiBiase, he was okay.
His inflection was just so.
But he was one of those guys. He was always a complimenter. He was never really the guy.
Why don't you go on the network and watch some of the work he did with Barry Windham as Windham and Rotundo?
Well, I'm not saying that he ain't a great wrestler.
See, if you ask me, Barry Windham is one of the most underrated guys in all of wrestling ever.
The problem with Barry Windham because he was Captain Finisher back in the 80s, okay? He didn't have one, he had like 92. And it's a little too much, okay? I don't think anyone's ever going to deny Barry Windham is a major talent. But I don't think he ever was going to step out of the level that he got to. Same thing with IRS. Look, I like Mike Rotunda. I used to remember when I caught him one time. One time I was watching WCW and he came out of Wall Street. I was like, motherfucker, that's IRS.
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then it just then it dawned on me like, oh god, they switch companies. But it doesn't change the fact that he's a great wrestler, but some people just never going to make it to the main event. That's just the way pro wrestling is. A lot of times, Bret Hart might never have made it.
Yeah.
He just happened to be at a time when there was a lot of guys that couldn't be in the ring, and he just happened to get elevated at the right time to become a main event status player.
Well, what about somebody like the greatest jobber in all of history ever? Let's see who you guys say is the greatest jobber ever.
Brooklyn Brawler?
There you go.
Barry Horowitz.
He won a title.
Yeah, and
Not the real one.
When did I don't remember when did the Brawler win a title? Didn't Barry Horowitz, didn't he win like the IC title one time?
Oh, he won like 4 matches.
I vaguely remember Barry Horowitz having a title. I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe in Texas in some bootleg DVD I have.
That's funny.
But no.
Dude's only 56. He was trained by Boris Malenko. You know, for a guy who never won, he's still one of the most over guys ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
He was a lovable loser, man. More so than the Brawler. The Brawler just looked nasty.
Yeah, well, the Brawler played up that whole New York thing going on.
Yeah.
And you knew whoever he was facing, he was losing.
Dude, the first show that I ever went to, because they taped.
His name was Skip.
Oh gosh. But no, the first show I ever went to, they taped Wrestling Challenge. That's all right. Hopefully you're not dying. They taped Superstars, Wrestling Challenge, and something else, Main Event. I don't know what. There was like 3 shows. I saw the Brawler lose 3 times in one night.
Yeah, that's typical for the Brawler, though.
So.
You know what the thing is, though? I don't think anyone's ever going to say Brawler's a favorite wrestler. I mean, remember, people would come in and work with him to see if they're even worthy of being on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Lombardi's been with the company for, 30 years? He's still with them.
Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
You know? I mean, he's never going to get over as a champion or a wrestler, but if he doesn't go into the Hall of Fame just because, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Because Lombardi's done so much for the company. He's got to be one of their hardest working workhorses in the business when it comes to him.
Him and Pat Patterson.
You know, it's just, they've been with the company for God knows how long. They've done everything for the company. They've given so much, and he never won a fucking match.
Yeah.
Yes, you were Bobby Heenan's guy against Red Rooster, and the Red Rooster beat him.
Shoot.
Terrence Taylor.
Hey, look, I like Terry Taylor because the dude has a good mind for wrestling. As we saw a lot of times that he booked matches in TNA, he knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He was the fucking Red Rooster.
Well,
And no one's ever going to let him live that down.
On that note, guys, I came here to promote something, and then I'm going to get off here because I'm extremely tired, and I've been working all day on what I came to promote tonight. On Friday, on a little show I'm on called Pro Wrestling 247, we will be spending about 40 minutes or so speaking with legendary Hall of Fame, should be in the Hall of Fame, referee, manager, and the longest running general manager in the history of the second longest running episodic television show in episodic television history, Mr. Theodore R. Long. And I invite everybody out there listening and watching this video on YouTube right now, I invite them all to check it out. ProWrestling247.net, PW247.net to shorten it up. Stop there Friday and check out the show we did with Theodore R. Long, and I got a feeling you're going to be. I don't think this is what you quite expect in a sit-down chat with somebody of this caliber. It's going to be very enlightening and entertaining. We talk about Doom. We talk about The Undertaker. We discuss. He tells a very enlightening tale of some things that occurred to him during his career that were unsavory back in the day. It was there was racism abounding in the industry back in the 80s, and when he broke into the sport, and he talks about all that. And I think you're going to find this a very entertaining interview. It's going to be funny and enlightening at the least. And I had a good conversation with him, and hopefully down the road we can get another interview set up where we can just sit and let Teddy tell some of his road stories to the fans out there. And on that note, guys, like I say, I invite you over to Pro Wrestling 247. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. That's PW247NET all over social media. Don't forget our buddies over here, Gorilla Blood, Daniel, and Scott. And be sure and catch TNA on Pop.
Okay.
Because it's good.
Shameless plugs for everything.
Shameless plugs for everything. Well, yeah, and by the way, I want to thank everybody here in New York City. And Cricket. East Texas. And Northern California. And hopefully, Daniel, I hope that the rest of California slides off in the ocean so you guys, your tax burden's gone and you don't have to worry about it anymore. And that immigration problem you guys are going to be handled there.
Yeah.
Get some nice beachfront property out of it.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And hey, Daniel, maybe, you never know. Maybe you'll be able to buy something near that beautiful orange bridge you guys got.
Oh gosh. Yeah, with our luck, that'd be one of the first things that gets attacked after an alien attack or something, next to the Capitol building and the White House or whatever. So.
And tomorrow over on Pro Wrestling 247, there's going to be an extra piece, and I am going to personally go on and I'm going to be discussing something that I call TNA. Okay, and I experienced this week during the TNA on Pop episode that aired Tuesday night, and I have a few choice words to say to a few people out there on Twitter, and I want people to tune in and listen, because I want you to understand that there is a difference between being a pro wrestling fan and being a mark for the WWE and thinking that the WWE shits golden eggs and TNA can do no good. I think they're wrong. Daniel, I'm sure you would agree. And Scott, I don't know if you've been keeping up on the product down there, but Daniel, please impress upon Scott how good the wrestling really is down there. Storylines aren't always the greatest, but the in-ring performance is what really, truly matters. A bad storyline with great matches can be just as good. And on that note, I will bid you two gentlemen farewell and adieu, and I love you both.
That's right.
Scott,
Run away!
I'm afraid. I've had to deal with Nick Anthony for like 9 hours today. I'm just worn out.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Those
I was gonna say you probably need a shower after that.
I need a shower and lies, so I'm gonna go soak in a pool of vat of acid right now to get the filth off.
Jeez.
It's worse than standing next to Bastion Booger at an autograph signing.
Yo.
On that note,
he's
guys,
like sweating grease.
Hell.
All right then, Boobs. We'll see you next time around.
All right, Daniel, Scott, thank you for having me, and I'll talk to you guys.
All right, there he goes. That's the Boobs from Pro Wrestling 24/7. Oh man. Yeah, dude, that sounds like it was a fun little interview for them. So hopefully, I'm gonna listen to it for sure. I know you're probably gonna listen to it.
Definitely.
So, dude, Teddy Long, dude, that's a good get, man. That's a real good get, because nobody. I mean, see, that's one of the things too, that there's certain people that I would like to hear from once in a while, just because they haven't been on TV in a while, and people forget. I mean, I would honestly
hunt down and find Necro Butcher.
Yeah, you know what? I was looking. I've been trying to find him. Every now and again, I'll go on social media and try to find different things and do Google searches, and he just kind of dropped off the face of the planet. And I heard there was a rumor going around that he was going to come back and do one match, and that was it. And I still can't figure out what the hell's going on with him. That would be so cool to be able to talk with him, or even, like, for the sake of it, I mean, I know she hasn't been around in wrestling for a while now. Vicky Guerrero. That would be so fun just to talk with her, just for, I mean, even if it's just 15 minutes, just to pick her brain on everything that has gone on in her lifetime, going from being just the wife of a wrestler to being a performer herself, and having to deal with the idea of, oh, well, you're just Eddie's wife, to, oh my God, Vicky Guerrero, the top heel in WWE.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. And now she's transitioned into civilian life, essentially. From what I hear, she went back and got her degree. So, and I think she's doing like business marketing now or something like that, last I heard. So, that would be fun. Hey, did you get a chance to watch Camp WWE?
Nope.
Oh man. It's not going to be one of those things where I'm going to tune into every week, but if I'm in the mood for something lighthearted, I'll probably watch it. I watched it the first episode, and it was all right. It's not terrible, but it's not overwhelmingly good either. Had some good chuckle parts, but that's about it. So it's just funny seeing the characters and stuff like that. I mean, they made Big Show the big dumb oaf, and
yeah, because that's a stretch.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. It's funny to see, like, especially because, again, they're all so young, and it's like, okay, we're so used to seeing Kevin Owens with a big giant beard, and it's like young Kevin Owens clean shaven. It's just like, wait, that's supposed to be Kevin Owens, really? Oh, okay, I guess, because you're not. But Stone Cold Steve Austin has a shadow.
I know, I saw.
It's so funny to me. But yeah, definitely not for kids. They swear. Stone Cold flips the bird and all kind of good stuff. So yeah.
I like how they had to assure people the rest of WWE programming is PG, just not this show.
Yeah, they
I don't know, parents. Maybe don't let your children watch something for once.
Yeah, they actually emphasized at the beginning of the show there are parental controls on this system. You can monitor them and change it to where your kids cannot access this show. They actually did it before a warning before the show started. I was like, dude, that's kind of funny. Yeah, Ric Flair is basically. I mean, everybody knows of how Ric Flair was basically a very carefree, I guess is the right word, philanderer. Because basically, yeah, he basically in that whole episode he has relations. Not really. I mean, you don't really see it. He's humping a mountain, like a hill. In the background, he humps a tire swing, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see him walking hand in hand with a female bear, and you know it's a female bear because there was a bow in her hair, into a cave. And then later on down the line, he runs into the bear again, and basically it looks like he's chasing her as she's running away from him into the cave again. So essentially, they're like insinuating that he freaking forced himself on the bear again. It's like, what the hell? So, yeah, Ric Flair is going to basically be a horn dog the whole time in that show.
That's horrifying.
It's a little much. So, I don't know. I'm chuckling thinking of it, but you got to be in the right mindset. Otherwise, you're just kind of, oh, yeah, whatever. So, oh, man. Oh, man. How's your week been so far?
Not soon enough to be over.
No, man. One of those weeks.
I'm still recovering from last week.
Yeah, well, you were doing all those extra early shifts because it was your break, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was spring break and we had to work. So
that sucks. That's so stupid. Everybody needs time off.
Well, that's the thing, though. We're supposed to be open 13 OST days, so it's just easier to get them over with at midwinter recess and spring break.
That sucks. Man, that's so dumb. I would never understand that, because to me it's like, I don't know. Like, I will never, like, at the school that I sub at, they do, like, different meetings every week. They have, Wednesday morning, they call them CPT, and I don't know what the hell the CPT stands for. But they have the morning meetings for the teachers, and the kids come late. and they do whatever their groupings are between the departments. And then they have occasionally they'll have meetings after school, which they call curriculum council. And so they kind of like they go through, hey, what are we going to be teaching or something this year, or what's going to be added or dropped from the curriculum? I have no idea what goes on because I'm not privy to those meetings. It's a sub.
I technically don't work at the school.
Yeah. So to me, I look at it and go, if I was a full-time teacher and they had me sit at those meetings, I would basically sit there, do nothing, and go, the second I get back to my classroom, I'm going to continue doing what the fuck I was doing in the first place. It's my classroom. I mean, that's probably how I would end up doing it. If I had lesson plans.
You wouldn't keep that job long.
Well, it just depends. Most of the okay, you and I are art guys. For the most part, really, there aren't that many people who really even give a shit about art, and we're lucky that our schools have it. So if you have teachers that are that good at what they do, you're gonna give them the leeway. At least I think, anyway.
A lot of times that ain't gonna happen anymore.
No, I just think it's really stupid because now, I mean, there's teachers that are, I mean, they change up their which books need to be taught in English or this, that, and the other thing, and I'm looking at it going, really, like. You shouldn't really be changing up from the classics. I mean, you should be teaching Romeo and Juliet and A Tale of Two Cities. And
if you say Catcher in the Rye, I'm going to punch you in the balls when I first meet you. Yeah.
That one's always on the list, but I own it, but I haven't even barely read it. I didn't even have to read that in high school, shockingly.
Yeah, I really want to meet Colden Hofield and just punch him over and over.
But
and over.
We read like Joy Luck Club, stuff like that.
Over. Let's read Fight Club.
Fight Club, that'd be fun. Or even to a point, like, I don't understand why, like, even to a point, like, a lot of these kids in general, like, I know you're a fan of sci-fi and horror. I don't know how much a fantasy type stuff, other than, I mean, I know you're a Star Wars person, but that's kind of more sci-fi fantasy. But like Lord of the Rings, if you had, how happy would you have been?
Oh my God! If you want to have a class to commit suicide, have them read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you be excited to read Tolkien?
I own all 3 books.
Mm-hmm.
Right when the movie was coming out, I was so excited. My aunt bought them for me. She got me Strand bookstore. It's like, here you go. Now you get the fucking read. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I gotta read this. Oh God, 100 pages in. I want to rip my eyes out.
So that I've never read them. I've never been fond of the movies.
It's like literally like 90 of the pages, nothing was happening but like skipping and singing and Tom Bombadil.
Okay.
Seriously, it's like, oh my God, why am I still reading this shit?
I guess more people would rather read George R.R. Martin.
Fuck, I don't even want to read that.
Least...
Give me a comic. Give me something with pictures in it, so I have something that balances out.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I like stuff like that. I mean, I like the idea of doing things in a visual standpoint, because not everybody responds to that. I'm one of those people where when you told me, hey, here, read this, I would read it. And then they come back the next day. Okay, what happened? I don't know. They're like, well, you said you read it. Yeah, I did. Well, how come you don't know what's going on? Because I read it to get the assignment done. I didn't read it to freaking understand everything. I don't care about this story or whatever. But if you put the visuals in there, that definitely helps. I mean, how much more fun would it have been? Like, okay, if you're reading Tolkien at that time, to have the visuals, like every page or something. Like, okay, if it was condensed, a condensed version of The Fellowship of the Ring.
It's called the movie.
Well, thanks, smarty pants. But I'm just saying, if you had...
I'd probably be more interested in reading the comic only because it would break up the monotony of the story. Because it's just ridiculous how much nothing is happening.
Yeah. Dude, even to a point, like, the Cliff Note version of the book could have those visuals, that would be cool. That
I
would
still think Cliff Notes version of the book would be too long.
probably so. I was just never a reader, man. I was never really overly fond of.
Oh man, I read so slow.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like
so bad, and yet I still love reading comics. I'm going to read several tonight. It's comic book day, so.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, isn't Free Comic Book Day this weekend?
Yes, and I'm not working for once.
Yay! He's gonna go get all his comic books. I know we talked about him before.
Honestly, I'm just looking at some of the sales at some of these places.
Yeah. For me, I'm one of those people where I'll pick up a book and I'll start reading it, and then like I'll get 3 or 4 chapters in, and then I won't make time to finish reading it. Like I'm one of those people. Like again, with my subbing schedule, there's some days where I get an hour off in between, and if I'm not eating lunch, then maybe I'll read. But most of the time I go and I eat lunch and I listen to music on my phone or something, and I just don't. Reading isn't my first option. Usually, it's usually.
I'll read a comic.
Yeah, I mean that makes more sense for you. Like I have my mangas that I read from every so often. I'm almost done with the Death Note series. Which I've seen the anime before, so I know exactly what happens. But it's still fun to go through and read those just to see the comic book styling visuals compared to the television show, and they're pretty damn similar. But it's just everything's in black and white. It's kind of awesome. So that's just me. Yeah, man. There's.
Damn! I read that so long ago. I don't remember.
Which one? Death Note?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good, man. It's my absolute favorite anime so far. I've been watching animes now. I started watching in high school a little bit, but I wasn't super into them. And then only really in the last few years, coaching badminton again, did my kids start really getting me into the animes, because they're wearing shirts all the time. And they're talking about it all the time. And they're like, oh, here, coach, I'll send you a link to all these things. And they send me links to all these things. And then they ask, oh, have you watched it yet? And I go, you sent it to me yesterday. And they're like, yeah, but you could have watched it last night. And I'm like, okay, most of the stuff you sent me is subtitled. And I can't watch subtitles at midnight because I fall asleep reading subtitles. Because I get bored with it sometimes. I got to be in the right mindset to read subtitles.
Oh my god, I have so many Japanese movies I need to watch, and I just don't feel like I need to be able to sit down and read them.
Yeah, no, that's the hardest part. Like for me, like Attack on Titan, watching that anime was the hardest thing for me because I just wanted to keep watching it, and then by the time like I really have time is like again, not on when we're taping this, but usually in the evenings, and so I'm like watching it. It's like I can feel myself starting to nod off, and I'm like, don't fall asleep while you're watching this, otherwise I'm going to have to go back and watch the same episode all over again anyway. So, but yeah, man, I don't mind subtitles. You know what movie? The one movie that I really like, the Raid. Did you ever watch that one?
Still, I have both of them. I still haven't watched them. They're on my pile.
Dude, they're so good. Yeah, they're in. God, what is it? I think it's in Korean or Tagalog or something like that. It's not one of the stereotypical ones you think of when you think of like Japanese or Mandarin or something. But yeah.
I also got a Chinese copy of Hard Boiled, which at least works and has subtitles. I did check that.
Which movie is that one? I've never heard of that one.
That's a Chow Yun Fat film.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's one of the films that made him huge here in America.
Okay.
That and Killer.
Right.
Even though it's a straight Japanese film, straight Chinese film. But yeah, I'm looking at the Raid Redemption right now. It's underneath Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is underneath Tom Young-goon, Honor of the Beast. Fantastic movie.
Nice.
Which is under Versus, another Japanese film. It's a zombie. Underneath the original copy of The Gambler, underneath The Queen, underneath Terminator Genesis Steelbook Edition Blu-ray, which is underneath Rambach, Berlin Undead, German film, awesome, one of the best zombie films I've ever seen. Which is underneath Edward Scissorhands, underneath 3 Days of the Condor and All the President's Men, underneath Robin Hood, the cartoon,
nice.
Underneath Cinderella, a cartoon, underneath Saving Mr. Banks, underneath Sleeping Beauty, cartoon, underneath Snow White, the signature edition, underneath 6 Chow Yun Fat films I can't describe because the fucking writing's in Chinese. Underneath a bootleg copy of Killer Workout, which I heard is horrible. Underneath Die Monster Die, which is underneath Amityville Horror, which is underneath Dr. Mordred, which is underneath Firepower, underneath Never Sleep Again, the Nightmare on Elm Street story, underneath Evil Dead Steelbook, the original Evil Dead, and Ash vs. Army of Darkness, Director's Cut.
Nice. Dude, you know what
And above Hard-Boiled, underneath Hard-Boiled, is Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, which I was so happy when I found that DVD for $3.
Damn, that's cool.
That shit was going for $100 on Amazon.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna buy this, even though I haven't watched Gundam Wing since like 1999.
Yeah, well, I watched Major League the other day.
Dude, a classic.
Yeah.
Actually, I like Major League 2 better, but still.
Yeah, I was not fond of number 2. I like number 1, and I like Back to the Minors.
Oh, wow. Back to the Minors was...
That was like B movie as B movie can get, but you still had a lot of the originals.
Still had all the main characters that you liked.
And Scott Bakula on top of that.
Yeah, it was hard not to enjoy that movie.
Yeah, what was the other one? I watched a couple of documentaries too on Netflix the other day. One about, like, it was like from like 4 or 5 years ago about up and coming New York artists and stuff like that. And then also, I watched a documentary on e-gaming, esports. I was like, really? I mean, and they were doing like, it was like a whole big old thing on setting up the League of Legends tournaments and all these different gaming clubs and things like that, all these teams and stuff like that. And apparently in 2015 they did a big old show at the Shark Tank, the SAP Center here in San Jose. And it was huge. It was like a convention and esports tournament for who, if the winner of the tournament would go to play in the world tournament in like freaking Brussels or something. I don't remember where it was held, or Poland or I don't know. But it was pretty cool to see like all the stuff, because well, you and I grew up in like we had the unfortunate timing of our births. Being we didn't get into school and into the college age where everything was starting to boom in the tech industry, and we were now kind of in the middle where we weren't born into all that technology either. We're kind of right just in the smack dab in the middle of it all.
So if you don't know it, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah, it's really weird. So like if you were, I mean, Scott and I was born in '84. You were born what? You were around the same age. You're a couple years older than me, right?
82.
So yeah. So we're born right then. I mean,
God, I'm gonna be 34 this year. Shoot me.
But it's one of those things where by the time we hit college age, I mean, it was already just around the 2000 mark. And just after 2000, and so it was like. Everything technology-wise, the boom was already happening, and so if you got in right at the beginning, you're golden. That was like my brother's generation, and other people around that age, and then it was me, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And now it's like every single kid now that was born basically from the late 90s on has basically grown up with technology in their hand every single waking moment of every single day. So it's kind of crazy. So we were kind of that group in the middle that still, at least the last grouping that can still remember playing outside as a kid and not just playing on your phone. I guess. I remember playing Snake.
People played outside?
Yeah. Well, you live in New York, so you probably didn't. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Did you play stickball in the street or something?
Dude, no one plays stickball anymore. What the fuck's wrong with you? We all have baseball bats here.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm stereotyping New York a little bit. I'm sorry.
And sometimes we even use them to play baseball.
Damn mafia.
Damn, I could have gotten 30% off anything Star Wars at St. Mark's Comics today.
Dude, That's funny. You know what? I totally didn't even think about it when I was getting dressed this morning, and I accidentally wore a Star Wars shirt. I kid you not.
I didn't accidentally nothing. I wore a Star Wars shirt today.
I straight up had no. I didn't even think about what day it was, and I wore a Star Wars shirt. Again, fourth wall. Today is Wednesday. It is May the 4th be with you. Thank you. Yeah, it was just so funny. Like I'm walking around the store. I was walking around the mall earlier, and I walk into the little knick-knack toy store. You can trade in stuff and whatnot. And one of the guys says, "Oh, hey, may the force be with you." And the guy gave him a thumbs up, and my brain didn't even click. And then somebody said, hey, and someone turned after me because I just gave him a thumbs up, and someone says, "Hey, you're supposed to say, and also with you." And I go, "Oh yeah, that's right. That's how you play Spot the Catholic in the movie theater." And then the guy was like, "Oh God, really?" You went there? So. But yeah, I totally had forgotten this morning that it was Star Wars Day. So, but
yeah. Let's see. Hundreds of items, only $5 tomorrow. Cinco de Mayo.
Nice. And that's where now?
Cinco de Mayo. I feel like having a sandwich now.
Yeah.
On Friday, whose side are you on? Civil War sale. All things Captain America or Iron Man, 30% off. Maybe I should go buy that omnibus now.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. It comes out on Friday or Thursday night.
I gotta find a place and time to watch it. Even if I have to watch that shit by myself, I need to watch it.
Yeah, for me, I may have to go on Sunday or because I'm gonna be. I got like crazy busy starting next week. Well, actually, still I'm working the next 2 days. I have an all-day tournament on Saturday. Sunday's my one day of peace, and then I'm back to another full week schedule where I'm actually helping proctor and do some kind of testing thing, which it kind of is a pain, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, hopefully it won't be too much work, but I know I have to proctor and I have to pack boxes with all the tests and then get them ready to be shipped back so they can be graded and all that kind of shit. So that should be fun.
I stopped listening to you.
I figured. So, yeah, that's all good. They're getting down to the end of the year. I got to get as many days as I can because I don't get paid during the summer. That's the shitty.
Oh my God! You want me to buy you a Perry Saturn action figure?
Oh my God! You know what? I probably have one. I have a bag that my uncle gave me of all my cousin's wrestling figures and stuff like that. He found it in the attic, and he's like, he doesn't want them anymore. Do you want them? Sure. He literally hands me a full garbage bag.
Can you find me if there's a McFoley in there? Can you send it to me? Because I really want a McFoley.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see what I got, and because I've been meaning to go to that knick-knack toy store and sell them all back, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So
just don't sell any McFoleys.
Okay, I will look and see what I got because I know he's got in that bag there were the WWF figures with the bone crunching action in the arms and stuff and the
oh
legs.
Dear God, those are horrible. They don't even look like the wrestlers.
Yeah, some of them are really bad. There's some of them that are similar. I don't know if it was Jax who did them, but there's WCW ones. I know he's got a Rodman in there. He's got a couple of the older WCW ones that were like the big thick plastic. They literally look like they're posed like in like the muscle bound, like, hey, I'm just showing off my pecs here with arms at the sides, like, and they don't even like reach the waist.
Like everyone's going to be in a Ace Crusher.
Yes, yeah, basically. So yeah, there's a few. There's quite a few I gotta go through and see what I got in that bag before I get.
Go in there and see if there's shit that you want.
Yeah, I mean, I have my own upstairs somewhere. I haven't even gone through them in my attic, and I can remember almost all of them that I had. Because again, I didn't have too many of the ones with the bone crunching action. I had more of the classic Hasbro. Is it Hasbro or Galoob or whatever the ones that made the figures?
Those are the ones that I personally want to get a collection of.
Yeah, because I had the like different ones where you have the characters like Hulk Hogan had like a bear hug. It literally looked like his fists were touching, and you can open his arms, and it will like retract back.
Ultimate Warrior had
the little thing on the back on his back, so he can like spring forward.
Well, that was one Ultimate Warrior. There's another one that also did a gorilla press where you pull his hands up and actually put the guy in it and he throws him.
Yeah, I had the boss man that did the same thing where he could hold the billy club and you put one arm up and it swipes down like he's hitting somebody with the billy club.
Mm-hmm.
Andre the Giant basically like his hip swiveled so you can literally.
Do you have an Andre?
I had an Andre, yeah.
Dude, how much that's worth?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
That shit's the rarest and most expensive one out of all those figures.
Oh shit! Holy crap!
Like him and Dusty are like extremely rare.
Yeah. Yeah, it was basically the hip swiveled so you could pull him back and then it like comes forward like he's headbutting you.
Yeah, and Dusty, he had the arm up, and you pull him back, he moves forward also to hit you with the atomic elbow.
Yeah. I had the Ted DiBiase in the green suit where you lift one of his arms up and his leg goes up and stomps down when you drop the arm. So it's like they were all connected. So
I know Rick Rude had one where his arm looked like he put you with a guy in the headlock, and the other one you pull back and it goes like it's punching him.
Nice. Yeah, I had a few. The Macho Man, the arm. It's the same thing. The arms go up, the arms come down. I'm trying to think. What else did I have? See, most of the time for me, I comboed. I didn't have too many wrestlers. I had like more Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and stuff. So I kind of just combined
all
them.
my G.I. Joes were pro wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly.
And they used to jump off of Hess trucks as ladder matches.
Oh, see, I use the laundry basket as my steel cage. That was always fun. Is using the laundry basket as my steel cage / wrestling ring. If I flipped it upside down, literally I'd have the guys wrestle in the laundry basket, and then it was like, oh, it's the Royal Rumble, and then all of a sudden just throw the guy across the room out of it. Yeah, dude, that's so funny to think about this shit.
I know, good times, right?
Yeah, dude, that was so much fun. Yeah, and every now and again too is like, it's funny. I complain that my nephew doesn't get enough tactile toy time. He's so much into the computer screen type stuff, and he goes to school. He's in pre-K and whatnot. But I was getting ready to leave for work the other day because I started later in the afternoon, and it was he was one of those days where he was homesick, and I'm about to walk out the door, and I see my nephew just playing with his Minecraft toys on the table, and it was really the first time in a long time I've actually seen him play with those toys. And I'm just sitting there, and I caught myself afterwards, and I was standing there for about 3 minutes just watching him play, and he didn't even notice me standing there. It was so cool to see him play and do little things, and little characters had little voices and things. It was so fun to see. Yeah, just the imaginations that we had as kids was so much. I mean, it's so cool to think back on what we did with. You would think just even our parents' generation having even less things to do than what we did. And I mean, for the love of God, like my mom and my aunts had paper dolls. I mean, so I don't know, man. It's kind of cool to think about that stuff. Shoot. Yeah, and on top of that, man, just the fun part is reliving some of the things too, because my nephew once in a while he likes watching some of the older TV shows and stuff. Like my for some reason my sister has gotten him into watching some of these older shows. So like once in a while there'll be an old episode of like Power Rangers or something like that, and I'm like, oh, this is the one where this, and he's like, you know this? I'm like, yes. I feel like a big dummy, but I'm like, yes, I'm marking out as you'd watching Power Rangers. So, oh man, classic stuff. Classic stuff.
We have to go to Forbidden Planet on Saturday now too.
Forbidden Planet. What is? Wait, what is that?
It's a comic book shop.
Oh, you got another comic book shop. Okay. What do they got going over there?
Technically, it's a comic book chain in the UK. They have like 9 stores in the United Kingdom and 1 here in New York.
Nice. When you said Forbidden Planet, my brain went, that sounds like a porn shop.
No, I'm not going to go. Look, if I'm ever going to go to a porn shop, I'm just going to go to the Museum of Sex.
That's funny. You actually have that. That's funny.
Yeah. But no, they got 15% off store-wide, so I might be able to get a book that I want to get.
Nice.
And save $3 on it.
Nice.
It's a book called Space Riders. I have no idea what it's about. I just know that they're flying around in a giant fucking melting skull. So, like, I want that.
Nice.
I'm trying to get more into indie books now. Stuff like that. Like, I've been reading Cobra, which has been fantastic. If you ever hear... Well, I know you've heard of Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the original Suicide Squad, this is more of a love letter to that. It's got, like, their own version of Doctor Strange in it.
Nice.
Their own version of Deadshot, and a few other characters. Their own version of Bronze Tiger, who I think got murdered violently.
That's funny. You know, it was funny. I saw something the other day on Facebook, and it was like literally somebody had hand-drawn every single, like, caricature versions of the comic book characters that were, like, ripped off from one company by the other and put them side by side. It's just funny to see, like, everything is basically ripped off.
You mean like the 4,000 different types of Superman characters out there?
Yeah, or, I mean, Deadpool and Deathstroke, right? Wait, did I get the right one?
You got it right.
Okay.
Deathstroke is the guy that Deadpool is copying.
Yeah, and then, I mean, just the little thing. And it was like, there was like some of them that I was like, I didn't even know. I mean, I'd never even heard of them, but I'm like, yeah, I can see they complement each other. They're pretty much the same thing.
I'll have to see this now. Show me
Okay,
this.
let me see if I can find it. Talk amongst yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Scott NDX, and I have some weird two-headed dinosaur sitting on my television.
Hey.
Now, I've had this dinosaur sitting on my television for about 30 years. I remember this thing more than I remember anything else. Then I remembered my uncle had one, and now I have two of them sitting on my television.
That's funny. Dude, you know what's funny? I'm seeing a lot of... We were talking this at the start of the show about political stuff. Well, at the very... the other day, I saw a poster that said, Bender for president. You meatbag humans had your chance.
I'm about ready to time travel back to 1976 and vote for Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can find this stupid thing.
Can I write him in as my presidential nominee?
That'd be fun.
Get down, America! Vote Howard in 1976.
Dude, there's t-shirts that say Monsoon Heenan. So, there are shirts out there.
You know what? If they ever name a Monsoon Heenan, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be pretty good.
I can never work.
I go. Yeah, I know.
I can never do shit like that because I would do something like that.
Okay, this is not what I was looking for, but I found something that was actually pretty funny. That literally went on forever, and it's still going. There was a. You remember the Star Wars spoofs of Family Guy?
Yes.
Okay, check out the graphic I sent you.
I'm trying to. It will not load.
Well, I'm still looking for this other thing. Basically, the graphic is the whole idea of all the X-Wing people checking in, right? I don't know if you remember that part from the movie, but...
Yes.
Okay, so it was basically Red 5 standing by, Red Fox standing by, Red Bastille standing by, Big Red standing by. I mean, they're going through this whole thing. So it literally went through, and it was like one giant post that like just kept going. Any more to add?
Nope.
Aww. People kept adding like Red Skull, Red Foreman. God, why can't I find this stupid comic thing? Drives me nuts. People post too much shit and everything gets pushed down. They can't find...
This is why I don't do Facebook.
God damn it. Alright, let me see if I can do a googly search for it. Comic book rip off.
Speaking of comic books, do you mind reading comic books that are geared towards children?
No.
Okay, good. Now, this one isn't distinctly geared towards children, but it's very children friendly. It's called Mouse Guard.
Mouse Guard, okay.
Mouse Guard. Now, it is one of the best books I have ever read.
What is it about?
Mice.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, the original series, it's broken up into, the Weasel War? When the hell is this coming out? Excuse me a second, I didn't need to check something.
Okay, these.
But that's the new book that's coming out soon.
Okay, these are not exactly the same thing I was thinking of, but it's something similar, that link I sent you.
Oh, God, Image Superhero Report. Oh, shit! He's coming out with a new book soon!
Who?
Yes, David Peterson is the artist and writer for Mouse Guard, and his style is fantastic, one of the best styles I've ever seen. And it looks like they're coming out with a new series finally called The Weasel War that he is illustrating, not this Legends of the Guard stuff that he's been doing, which is not a bad thing. Personally, I like the ideas of getting other artists to do the work, but I want to see him draw. I mean, the whole appeal to this is his writing style and how artistically beautiful the books are.
Nice. He's
won Eisner and Harvey Awards for his book. Now, the first book, it's called Fall 1152. Then the following book takes place in the next season, Winter 1152. It's about one mice uprising want to fight another series of mice. It's a very well-told story, but my favorite story happens to be Series 3, The Black Axe.
Nice.
And it's a story about how this legendary mouse became the wielder of the Black Axe, and how he became a legendary warrior amongst the other mice.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
It is by far one of the best series I have ever read. I think you will like it. Artistically, it is gorgeous. And, man, I'll tell you this right now. The hardcovers went out of print at one point. I walked into St. Mark's Comics. I saw both of them there. I'm like, I'm buying those. They could be charging me $50 a shot. I got them for $50 for both of them, thankfully.
Nice. Dude, you know what? As soon as you said Mouse Guard, you know what's funny? There's a graphic novel that I see in a couple of English teachers' classrooms. And it's called Mouse, M-A-U-S.
Yes, by Art Spiegelman.
Yeah, and it's the whole idea of the Holocaust. It tells the story of the Holocaust.
Yeah, I got them on my shelf somewhere. I bought them from the Salvation Army. I've been meaning to read them for a while, but I read something else recently about World War II. It's called Yassel by Joe Kubert. I just finished it. Fantastic story. It's a hypothetical story of what if his family didn't escape Poland in 1926.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, see, stuff like that, it can get kids involved more into doing stuff like that. Again,
right now, my favorite books are not superhero books. The books that I've been reading and enjoying them, and look, I still love my superhero books. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that make me look like a child in the eyes of people who are schmucks. But I like a balance. I like to be able to read a good superhero book. I like to be able to read a good comic book. Alright?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, some of the best books that I have are by Eisner and Kubert that have nothing to do with comics. Nothing to do with superheroes. The Contract with God. Fantastic story. It comes with a trilogy with two other stories, Life Force and Life on Dropsy Avenue. And someone got it for me not last Christmas, the Christmas before, right? That was like the first present I got from that Secret Santa. I killed that book in like 4 days.
Damn.
It's a 200-page book.
Oh, shit.
But Eisner's storytelling and his use of his own illustrative style, it's amazing what this man can do. No wonder why the modern-day graphic novel that we know of was influenced by him in this book. We wouldn't have graphic novels if Eisner didn't do this.
Well, dude. I mean, and just I was looking at the link that you sent for me for Mouse Guard. Dude, this is something that one of those things where it may, again, for some people, it may look like it's geared towards kids with the artistic style, but I know plenty of people who are, I mean, into Lord of the Rings, who are into League of Legends, who would look at that and go, "That's kind of awesome."
Mouse Guard is highly regarded amongst comic book fans.
So that's pretty awesome, dude. I like it.
And a lot of it is because of the hyper-realistic style that he uses. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at it, you can tell what type of animals these are.
Yeah.
That's the important thing. Yes, the mice are a little bit stylized to the point where you really don't tell they have noses.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you look at the weasel, part of that Weasel Wars, you know, almost every other animal, you just see in the Black Axe, there's a fight with a crab, and the crab is frighteningly realistic looking.
That's cool.
But it's also frightening looking.
I like their names, dude. Saxton, Kenzie, and Liam.
Yes. And the guy who was the Black Axe before Liam took it over was Kalanol.
Dude, see, and I love that stuff. I mean, it's great names that fit the best part.
And the writer wrote such a complicated name. He even made a short joke about it. It's like, how do you pronounce that name? In one of the panels.
That's cool.
I thought you pronounced it like this.
That's pretty funny.
You know, it really is just one of my. It really is one of my favorite books. When someone asked me, you can only take 5 books with you to a desert island, one of them was The Black Axe.
That's cool, and that's book 3 in the series from what I see here.
Yeah, but it's kind of one of those books you don't really need the previous books for it. It takes place in the past. So it's kind of a prequel flashback story.
Mm-hmm.
Because it starts off talking about the Black Axe and who has it now and what happened to it, and the story of what the Black Axe is and how it became so legendary.
Yeah, dude, this is so cool looking. I mean, yeah, again, the stylized, you could tell. I mean, the mice are stylized. It looks like they're looking down. They don't really have noses or mouths, really. I mean, it looks like they're constantly facing. They're standing on their back legs, obviously. But it doesn't.
They're humanized.
Yeah, very much humanized.
And a lot of the characters are in the book only because, you know, that's the whole point of the story.
Dude, I love the fact.
Use swords, they're smoking pipes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just stumbled upon the Bilbo Baggins looking pipe.
You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. It's a very fantasy style.
They're riding on the backs of crows.
But the story that it's used is just so well done. And I gotta throw that out there. As a fan of it, I think you'd be interested.
Yeah, that looks pretty damn cool. I like that.
You know, if we're throwing out, you know, like comic books we should all be reading and shit like that.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk about that, I'm going to mention what else can I mention? Damn, that's so much crap on my pile I need to read. Like, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm only looking at the front pile. There's a pile behind it.
Honestly, I mean, I know we've mentioned it on here before. Headlocked, I think you would really enjoy that. I mean,
Find that one.
yeah. I mean, you can find them online still. There's a few different editions of stuff. I mean, again, I think they're fundraising right now for the next series again through Kickstarter, which is great.
But just so people don't think that I'm crapping on superhero comics, I'm looking at right now. I have 5 Marvel omnibuses on my shelf right now. Okay? Man-Thing, which collects the complete Steve Gerber series. Werewolf by Night, that collects the complete series. Howard the Duck collects the complete series. Okay? The Infinity Gauntlet, one of the greatest crossovers of the 90s. And Captain America, The Trial of Captain America, a fucking book I waited 4 years to come out.
Nice.
Seriously. I bought the books for it. And I'm like, oh man, I hope they put out. No, actually, I didn't buy the books for it. What I did is when I found out Captain America was going to die.
Aww.
Back in 06.
Yeah, I remember that, and it made national news. Yeah.
I mean, like it was called Death of a Dream. Some of the articles were calling it. You know, and I was just like, oh shit, they're gonna kill Captain America? Fuck, I gotta read this series now. So they were all scanned online, so I'm like, oh fuck, let me read them. Finished them in less than a week, probably in less than a few days. Honestly, it was just this. Ed Brubaker was weaving this story that was just fantastic. Brought back Bucky, killed Nomad. That kind of pissed me off, actually, but still. The Red Skull took over a Russian dude's head.
Okay.
They're weaving stories of stuff that was buried back in 1942. The war was making a huge thing.
I got a good chuckle because you said weaving just after the Red Skull.
Yes.
Sorry. Bad joke.
Distracting bastard. But seriously, I was like, I caught up on all of it. It was just like, wow. So afterwards, I was hooked. When I found out there was an omnibus of it, now an omnibus is an oversized hardcover version, and it collects all 25 issues up until his death, like mine. Then another one came out called The Death of Captain America. Mine. Well, I got impatient and I bought for the After the Death of Captain America the next 3 books. Well, lo and behold, Captain America Lives was announced. I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? I can't have both copies. I sold my hardcovers that I had and I used that money to buy the omnibus.
Nice.
Then I'm sitting there like, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Right?
Yeah, guy, wait it out.
And I'm still waiting there. And I'm still waiting. I'm like, oh, fuck, these books are out of print now. I can't buy them. Even the paperbacks are gone. What am I going to do? The trial of Captain America is announced. I'm like, oh, you bastards. Fuck you. Why'd you take so long? It was announced around the time the Winter Soldier movie came out. I'm like, now I fucking get you, you assholes. Like, okay, that makes sense. Fuck. Still, they finally put it out, and I finally own it, and holy crap, it is a fantastic. I can't wait to get into it. I already read all the issues, so it can sit on my shelf for a little while longer because I've read everything. Like, oh shit, 6 omnibuses, my bad. The Punisher Max by Jason Aaron and Steve Dillon. I forgot about that one because it's a tiny Max! Seriously, it's 24 issues, and it's thinner than a book next to it that only has 13.
So, now, just random question. You actually, I mean, I know you have a lot of omnibuses, so you got stuff that actually fits on a bookshelf. How many long boxes or any boxes you have of comics? Just
5 only.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I've had those 5 for about 20 years.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, because
most of my single issues, I've probably only bought 200 in the last 15 years.
Okay, because yeah, for me that's one thing that I've always been kind of interested in comics, but I never really bought them because of the fact that it was just like, where am I gonna put them? I'm like, I can't really go on a bookshelf, and for me it was
actually when I was living in Middle Village, one of my friends, his father was a comic book collector, and he invited me into his office one time, and all his comics were on a shelf. And then he pulls out a fucking copy of X-Men issue 1.
Nice.
And shows it to me. I'm just like, oh! And he has it on a shelf in a cardboard sleeve.
Nice.
I'm just like, I couldn't do that with floppies because most of my books are... I destroyed my books reading them. I mean, they completely wore the fuck out. And most of them I just don't want anymore. Yeah,
I mean, because I have one of those. You know how they put out those little guidebooks, like the encyclopedias, the whatever, the So I have the Marvel encyclopedia of the X-Men, and so it literally has everything in there. I mean, it's one of those. It's a hardbound, but I mean, it's one of those things where, again, I read through it a little bit as a kid, mainly used it more as a drawing tool to kind of draw superheroes.
Yeah.
Same thing with like even like I have the WWE encyclopedia, the first print they put out, the first one version, and
With Chris Benoit still in it?
Yes, I believe so.
Just to show that to Vince.
Yeah.
He's still real to me, damn it!
Yeah, but I mean, again, I use that as more of, okay, cool. I got like good shots of people that I can use as tools for drawing, or in the case of, I know that there's people who put pictures online of people, but when I was making posters for the local wrestling shows, sometimes you can't find decent sized or decent resolution pictures online of Hacksaw Jim Duggan or whatever in his prime. So I'd go to the encyclopedia and I'd find the picture, I'd scan it at the highest resolution I could get it, and it'd work out a little bit better than the stuff online. So stuff like that worked out okay. But yeah, I mean, for me, that's one thing. Like now, I mean, I could probably start, if I really wanted to, I could probably start collecting stuff like that, because I've kind of always been drawn to Captain America because of the fact that, like, even now with the Civil War stuff, like I'm Team Cap, dude. Like I don't like Iron Man. I think Tony Stark is a douche.
Tony Stark is a douche.
So, and I've always felt like you know, when you try to like live a good life or whatnot, and people like, oh, like, yeah, even the joke in the Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, oh, you can't do everything, you're not Superman, you know, kind of joking around. But like, I've always thought of, like, I always get mad when people say Superman, because I'm like, dude, Superman's a freaking cop out, dude. Like he was like the biggest cop out of a superhero, because one, he's not even human, for one. And two, it's like you basically made him invulnerable to everything but a stupid rock that you can only find on his home planet.
You know, I used to think the same thing. And I'm slowly coming around, because a lot of the best Superman stories are not him punching the shit out of someone. Even though the death of Superman is great, and he does punch the shit out of Doomsday, but Doomsday punches the shit out of him back and kills him.
Yeah, that's why I liked the story of Captain America. Even, again, I never, not even saying, I've never read a single Captain America comic. From what I've seen just in the films and the story of Captain America, I really like the idea of how the scientist who helped make him the super soldier put it, is to a point where you have the heart of a person twice your size, and to a point where you were, even though you were small, you'd stand up to the bully. Why would I make a bully person a super soldier when I know that you're going to have the heart and the compassion? I mean, that's what I like about it, because it's one of those things where he was a wimpy kid who was picked on, and by virtue of pure accident, meeting this scientist, he became Captain America, and then basically has stood for everything that is right in the world, and morality. That's the main thing, is morality. I love that. I mean, it's not vengeance; it's just what is right. So.
Sometimes America's not always right.
And he does. They deal with that too a little bit. So.
In the comics, they dealt with that a lot.
And you know what? I found out the other day. Apparently, they did that crossover, and even Joker fucking doesn't like Red Skull.
Oh yeah, he's a Nazi. I mean, Joker might be psychotic, but he's fucking American, damn it.
Yeah, even Joker has standards.
Let's just say one of the best crossover books ever, and probably, I think, the last one that we had between Marvel and DC, was JLA Avengers. Wow. And this is before Joe Quesada went and fucked everything up being a dick. But it's a great story, and it's written by Kurt Busiek, who's one of the best writers in superhero storytelling. And illustrated by George Perez, is just a classic illustrator. He's done some of the best stories ever. He's the one who did Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Nice.
So, it's a fantastic story, and I love the idea of, you know, like, Batman is facing off against Captain America, and Batman's standing there like, yeah, we could fight, and I will probably lose to you, but is it worth it? Cap's like, you don't seem like that bad a dude.
Yeah, I mean, see that, and at least when it came down to it, I don't know. I mean, for me, it was always a matter of even Batman, like compared to like Tony Stark. I mean, they're basically the same kind of similar characters. I mean, when it comes down to it, the whole idea of billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, and superhero kind of thing. But Tony did it out of basically technology, and he needed it for his heart. But Batman,
that wasn't originally always about that.
Well, and then
he did it because he was kidnapped, so he had to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, originally, yeah. But then with Batman, it was more about vengeance and righting the wrongs of his city. More so.
My parents are dead.
Yeah. So.
I'm not a huge Batman fan. My favorite Batman was when he was teaming with the Outsiders.
See, that one I don't know. I've never heard of the Outsiders.
Oh, Batman and the Outsiders. So, Brave and the Bold issue 200 introduced the Outsiders. A series of characters: Metamorpho, Katana, Black Lightning, Geoforce, and Halo. Now, Batman pretty much became a team with them and took them under his wing. Geoforce had a sister named Terra. Terra's the one that actually betrayed the Teen Titans to Deathstroke.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of really good stories that go on. And, Jim Apato's Batman is like the definitive Batman for me. There's like no better Batman, honestly.
I know.
And, he left the Justice League to run with this crew because they're slightly darker, slightly misunderstood, have their own issues. And it was a whole new twist on what Batman was doing, and it was fantastic, man. I found the issues, there was like a whole stack of them, like a whole collection of 24 books. I think 23 issues, the first 23 issues and an annual. Or maybe it was all 25 books, first 24 issues and an annual, right? It's a place called Mike's on Northern Boulevard. The place is long gone, completely destroyed. Probably a fucking pizzeria by now. I used to go there. My father used to go through the 25-cent bin. He used to pick out all the, Black Hawk, you're going to read that. Black Hawk, you're going to read that. Black Hawk, you're going to read that. Oh, Semper Fi, you're going to read that. Nam, you're going to read that. I'm like, did I get to choose? No? Okay, cool. I'm going to look around. And I found this stack of Batman and the Outsiders. I was like, oh, man, these characters look cool. Who are they? I had no idea who they were. I knew Batman was, of course. Like, everyone on the left of the photo that I told you, I knew of except for the Elongating Man and Firestorm. So I knew Wonder Woman, I knew Superman, I knew Batman, I knew The Flash. I did not know who the hell Black Lightning, Katana, Metamorpho, Halo, or Geoforce was. Like, oh shit, this is pretty cheap, let me get it. Okay, cool, bought it. I read through them so many times.
That's cool. That's so cool.
Just such fun books. They brought back like the history of a lot of each character. The ones that were like Metamorpho was a long-standing character. He was made in the 60s or 70s already. So was Black Lightning. So they brought those characters' histories into the book itself, and then they created new histories for the new characters like Katana, Halo, and Geoforce.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of cool because in the process of introducing characters, at least there's one familiar face in the crowd that keeps you hooked or can transfer you over from one to the next.
Yeah, well, you need those type of things. Something to at least get an idea of what you want and see from this book before you realize, it's like, oh crap, these characters have their own validity.
Yeah, for sure.
God, I wonder if I can find the rest of these books. See, if I can find all these books, or maybe find better conditioned versions of the ones I already have, I'd be willing to bind them together.
That'd be cool. Sweet.
And make my own book that I can keep on a shelf.
Yeah. Your own crapnibus.
I wouldn't call this crap.
Well, no, I'm just saying my own nibus. I don't know. Random words I'm trying to make up to make it sound like an omnibus. Oh well. All right.
I'm just looking at this stuff and just like, damn, I remember just reading the crap out of this series. I loved it.
Nice, nice. Well, on that note, coming down to the end of times here for us. You want to plug your social media stuff?
ScottNDX at Instagram and nexusdx.deviantart.com.
Yay! Go check out his art. And then you can find me. Yeah, that'd be cool too. Very helpful. You check me out on Facebook, Twitter, dkorea247. And also, too, make sure you check out the Boobs and Nick Anthony over on Pro Wrestling 24/7, pw247.net, on social media and all that good stuff as well. Be sure to listen in for that interview with Teddy Long, dude. That's going to be...
Yeah, definitely. That should be good.
Yeah, so looking forward to listening to that one, too. So, all right. Well, on that note, you guys have a good week, weekend, evening, afternoon, morning, whenever the hell you're listening to this. Have a good one. Plain and simple. All right. Well, for Scott NDX, I am Daniel Correa, and we will see you, or you'll hear us next time. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see us. If you do, we got issues to talk about.
Yeah, Scott will hunt you down and kill you. All right. Bye, everyone.
I'm going to jail, thanks.
Oh, no, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, then you can go visit Scott. All right. Bye. Have a good night, everybody.